Hello, hi, vanakkam and welcome to a very special episode on this lovely day, my friends. First of all, wishing all the boys, especially the girls, a very happy Valentine's Day. Well, some people say love is totally crazy. Some say love is absolutely wacky. Some say love is stupid, love is special, love is beautiful, love is sweet, etc. To define all this, to put all these wonderful words into one, to put actually into the two people, into one wonderful couple, we have with us a man with many characters, Mr. John Vijay and Mrs. John Vijay. Madhavi, vanakkam and welcome. First of all, wishing both of you all a happy Valentine's Day. With your permission, I wish. Okay, tell me, we start with the lady first. Valentine's Day. For a girl, it's a more special naal because you get roses, chocolates, I think diamonds, cars. I don't know what you get, but tell me, Valentine's Day, is it something very special for you or just a marketing hype like many boys want it to be?
Valentine's Day, I mean every day is Valentine's Day for me. I married the right man.
Okay.
So the roses, the chocolates, the teddy bears, the cars.
Cars keep coming every day?
At least I'm pitching on one, so.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So how's life been so far? How's love? What is love actually? Because many people have different definitions. Love kage enna artham? What is kadal na enna actually? Unga thought of
Love is a wonderful feeling. Kadal na vandu, it is being yourself with the right person and being happy every minute of it. Obviously there will be chinna tiff and all that stuff, but beyond that, if you're really happy with one person and you always think that this particular person is awesome and you look at this person and you're like, oh my god, this guy is so hot.
Look at him and say, oh my god, this guy is so hot.
So and that happens every day, so
now she says, this guy is so fat.
She's a very honest lady. Okay, right. So we'll move on to him as well. Tell me, how's life been, John Vijay? Because professionally it's doing very well. Namakku theriyu the roles that you're doing, your work is going extremely nicely. Personally, 2 years back when you did a big step in your life, got married to this wonderful lady. Tell me, what is Valentine's Day for you? And kadal na enna? Some people say the only problem with marriage is the wife. That's the only problem with the... So tell me, what is marriage for you? How's it been?
See, I've always heard people saying, oh, kalyana, kadalkum, kalyanathukaprum.
Change aayirukku, kalyana la waste vacha.
It is, see, the only thing is, the person has not been with each of them together for a very long time.
Correct.
They would have met, they would have done a holiday.
Yeah. One coffee, three nights together, one small trip. Correct, yeah.
Those kind of stuff. Now everything happens in
together. Yeah.
So I would say I would like to keep the place clean.
Yeah. She doesn't bother about it.
She likes to throw things.
Correct, yeah.
So what happens is like, oh my god, now you get irritated.
Yeah.
My things, where are my things?
Ingithane vechirukano. Na ingithane veche.
It's all that. But at that point of time, there's something which comes into you, which makes you happy.
Correct.
Is that kadal?
Correct.
So that makes you understand, and you do things. See,
super,
I am clean, and she messes up. There are something which I do, which she doesn't approve of. So it's always like.
There are many things you do she doesn't approve of, which she will discuss.
So when at that time left, there is something which keeps you both of you together.
Correct.
Is the
Love. Correct.
Kadal.
Tell me, how was life once you met him? The Kadal story, every love has a nice interesting story. So where did this story start off from?
we worked in the same complex.
Okay.
So I was working for Vijay Television.
They said love your work. Nijama unga work time la neenga love panninga.
And he was working for this channel called Radio 1.
Yeah.
He was heading Radio 1 actually. So what happened was I didn't even know about his existence. I used to go to Radio 1 to do some voiceover stuff. I've never met him at all. People in the channel say that's because he never turns up most of the time. So but then there was this movie Orampo that got released.
Correct, yeah.
And my cousins, they saw that movie and one of my cousins like, oh my god, this guy is so cute. And then somebody else says, you know what, he works in radio. And I'm like, I was working in media then. So I'm like, okay, you want an autograph, I'll get one for you. And then somehow
That
since
cute man.
Actually, she never believed that that man in Orombo can speak English and head a radio station.
Correct.
So she was actually shocked, saying, "What? He's heading a radio station." So she wanted to come and see whether this guy looks the same.
Correct. So test ku vandanga actually just to see verification process.
and then I go and there is this man and I'm like, wow. And luckily for me, my college, we both studied in the same college. So we did a department change. So they were like cleaning up and we found a lot of really old pictures. And I had some of his class pictures. So I saw him, we got introduced. I said, I have your photograph, and I left. So he tracks me down and he's like, you have my photo. I want to see what it is.
So I loved
And then I give him his photo and the rest of it is history. We're happily married now.
And now we get many photos together with both of them.
No single photograph, only together.
Okay, and you tell me, how did you find her out and how did you fall in love with her voice first? Ilena, ninga paathu love at first sight. எப்படி ஆயிடுச்சு? How was it?
Actually, it's
ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? மறந்து போயிட்டீங்களா? ஞாபகம் இருக்கு. Actually,
now I was in an office and Jagan, he was the executive producer in my channel and he handles all the production. Jagan actually, because she was in Vijay television, she was the producer for one of Jagan's show.
Correct.
So Jagan wanted, they said like use Madhavi's voice and he's recording something. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying like, oh, who is this? Somebody new in my office. Jagan, so Jagan doesn't bring anybody close to me.
He knows the kind of man that he is.
Jagan, no, it's all done. Okay, Madhavi, you leave. So Madhavi looks at me and I'm also showing off a little bit.
ரொம்ப பிஸியா இருக்கு, வேலை இருக்கு, I'm a big boss.
Then I was walking down and I saw her going. And that was the first look.
Slow motion, அப்படி ஒரு அட.
அவ வந்து ஒரு ஸ்கூட்டிய டியோ ஓட்டிட்டு வந்து அது பிரேக் அடிச்சாங்க, ஃப்ரெண்ட் கிட்ட பேசுறாங்க. அப்படி பேசும்போது அப்படி என்ன அப்படி ஒரு லுக் விட்டாங்க.
என்ன ஒரு செக்ஸி லுக் இல்லது, ஃபிளாட் ஆயிட்டீங்களா?
க்ளீன் போல்ட்.
ஓகே.
வொர்க் அவுட் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா ஒரு 2-3 நாள் then we met. நான் என்ன பண்ணா அப்போ வந்து there was a write up on a magazine. என்ன பேசுறது இல்ல. I'm very excited, there's photograph on a magazine. அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த மேகசின்லாம் கொடுத்தாரு, நான் பார்த்து வச்சு ஒரு நாள் ஃபோன் பண்ணேன். But there was nothing like I went and told her I'm in love with you. உங்களை லவ் பண்றேன்லாம் கேட்கல. நான் நேரா போய் என்ன கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கிறேன் தான் கேட்டேன்.
Oh yeah,
that was my first question, will you marry me? And she was shocked.
Is he joking or is he serious?
He's very serious.
Oh really? That was the way he actually came up and
But
then
that came up much later.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah? Okay, and how hard did you think? Did you think 10 times or 11 times?
I was waiting for him to ask me.
Okay.
So we were hanging out for quite a while and even I didn't want to say I love you and all that stuff, and he was psyched. So
I'll tell you one thing, Madhavi, I know John reasonably well, and be happy he came and asked you. Otherwise, John would actually come and put a ring on your finger and say, we are married. Of course, காதல்ல வந்து சில stages இருக்கு. First stage வந்து where you actually fall in love. Second stage வந்து where you remain in love. Third stage வந்து actually when you get married, and fourth stage வந்து where is love, because after marriage many people say love is absolutely vanished. John வந்து actually ஒரு crazy man. He's a very creative man, but crazy in a very good way. He's quite he does things out of the box. ரொம்ப unexpected issues எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பார். நம்ம பார்க்கிறதுக்கு நல்ல இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா இருக்கு, but you deal with it 24 hours a day. அது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. So tell me, how is life with him and what did you like so much about him, because what was special about him that the other guys did not have probably?
John Vijay is really spontaneous. He's like the most spontaneous person I've ever met, and he's a very genuine person. He's nut and all that stuff.
Can you believe what she's saying?
என்ன சொல்றாங்க கேளலாம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்.
He's really crazy and all that stuff, but he's like the most responsible person I've ever met. It'll be very difficult for anybody else to believe, because usually people see only that crazy part of John Vijay. Extremely responsible and extremely organized, and that's two things that you know.
And அது ஒரு காரணம் இருக்கு why he does so well in his work. அவ்ளோ பண்றாங்க இந்த work. He does so many different things because you're organized, because you're responsible, because you're focused on work. அதுக்காக you're able to do so much. And tell me, I'm sure in your life there are no shortage of girls. நிறைய girls இருந்திருக்கோ, friends இருக்கோ, colleagues இருக்கோ. ஆனா when you decided நீங்க சொன்னீங்க எப்படி காதல் வந்து நிறைய இருக்கு but that one love for marriage வந்து how did you realize this was a bike ஒரு லுக் பார்த்தாக்கா தெரிஞ்சிடுமா அப்புறம் நான் பைக் ஸ்டாண்டே போட்டு நிக்கிறேன்
இந்த இடத்துல how எப்படி இருக்கணும் அந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள்லாம் வந்து not much I get to meet lot of people. There are certain people who doesn't even know how to talk to someone,
to deal, to present yourself, to deal with different types of people.
These are the things which actually charm me, and
definitely.
She's always smiling.
Okay, she's smiling because you are right next to her actually. Okay, and tell me one thing, Madhavi, Kalyanam time, of course, he came and proposed immediately, and you were waiting for that. Ninga saying, oh, now only you're telling me. You should have told me 5 minutes back. Finally, you said yes, and then tell me how has life changed? How was the marriage actually? Because Kalyanam Vande, for a boy, it's a great thing. You get married to the perfect man, the most lovely wedding, etc., etc. So how was your marriage? How did it go off? How was it convincing your family, your friends?
I was more of a workaholic. I never really thought much about marriage.
Ama work le vande idella pandringa na workaholic ama.
So at one point my mom and my grandmother, I live in a joint family. So my parents they were like, okay, it's high time we get married. And then they came up with like some really drab photographs and really sad.
They were not spontaneous, they were not caring, they were not responsible.
Those are photographs. So then they came up with a perfect match for me. Some periya jadaka portham and America Maapillai and lot of money, and he had a Kawasaki Ninja bike. That was the only thing I thought was nice. And next day, ellam pesi mudichachu, next day family oda come, meet me, fix up everything. And the day before I told my mom I have to talk to this guy. So she says, okay, talk. And he's like the most boring thing you can ever see.
No, compared to him, anyone is boring.
No, I didn't know.
I'm not supposed to say that. You might be watching and you'll be very upset.
I'm not mentioning names, okay? So
he'll know I'm the only one on a Kawasaki bike.
So I'm terrified. Oh my God, doomsday is gonna come and my parents are like, nee chinna ponnu unak enna theriyum. I'm like, ow.
We are setting up your life for you. The life and the best star ko irukappo vaalkai vandu set avudhu.
My whole family strongly believes.
And did he know about all this that time?
I didn't even know him that well then.
Yeah, correct.
So I'm like up and awake thinking of a plan to do something about it. So 3:45 in the night I get a call. John Vijay calls me. I don't even know him that well. I've probably spoken to him twice. And then he's like, I have to meet you now. I'm like, what the hell, man?
What the hell, man?
And I am so what do you say, psyched that, okay, fine, yeah, you want to meet? Fine, I'll meet you. Then I step outside my house, he comes, gives me a bunch of flowers. He says, I just wanted to say hi. Okay, then bye, and he goes off.
Were you sleep driving, sleep talking? Okay.
So the next day, I'm like, not happening, boss. And then after that, I clearly told my parents, sure, you want me to get married, but why don't you wait till I find somebody nice?
Fair enough. Okay.
And then after 2 years, we got married.
And then there's one thing very interesting. Ungaloda creativity was shown in the wedding card. And Ninga the angel, avanga a devil. Very, very honest card. Tell me, how has life been post marriage?
I didn't know who was Madhavi's dad.
Yeah.
Anything of that. So I was in my aunt's house, and my sister spoke to my amma, and amma said, okay, appa nama ponna paakalame. Ponnu enga irukanu keenga. Na phone pandren, Madhavi enga irkeenga? She said, தொகுதியில இருக்கேன். தொகுதியில இருக்கீங்க? என்ன பண்றீங்க தொகுதியில? யார் தொகுதி? எங்க அப்பா தொகுதி, எங்க அப்பா எலெக்ஷன்ல நிக்கறாங்க, எம்பி எலெக்ஷன் நிக்கறாங்க.
அடா டம்பா.
என்ன தொகுதி? நார்த் மெட்ராஸ். அம்மா ஏரியாவே சரியில்லையே பஸ். நான் உடனே எங்க அம்மா நான் சொன்னேம்மா
நான் கொஞ்சம் டவுட்டா இருக்கேம்மா.
கூப்பிடுறேன், நான் போன் வச்சுட்டு நான் சித்த படிச்சதுப்பா உங்க ஏரியா வாங்கிட்டப்பா, உங்க தொகுதியில தான் பொண்ணு யாரு அவனோன்னா இந்த மாதிரி எம்பி எலெக்ஷன் நிக்கிறாங்க. டிக்கெட் சொல்லுங்க. பரவாயில்லையே, நம்ம தொகுதி தானே. அவனோன்னா எங்க அம்மா எல்லாரும் பாத்துல அரசியல்வாதி குடும்பம் கல்ல கட்டி கடல்ல தூக்கி போட்டு போனாங்க. அப்புறம் பார்த்தா இட்ஸ் ஓகே.
What a terrible thing to say about my dad.
That you on television in front of you.
But I would say that they were very sweet, the whole family.
இப்போ சொல்றதா அவன அவ்வளவு சொல்லிருக்கீங்க. இப்போ say some good things also.
உண்மையாவே கல்ல கட்டி உள்ள தூக்கி போட்டாங்க.
நிஜமா சொன்னாக்க love is beautiful. When you love the other person truly, marriage of course just makes love even more beautiful. So tell me, how has he changed from marriage?
Marrying John Vijay was
He
like...
doesn't come to you anymore on bike and says, do you want to meet me? Adu vandu panmatar because he stays in the same place.
No, he does buy me flowers very often. And he does surprise me a lot.
Yeah?
Like really a lot. So
Okay, put a hold on that. Tell me, what's the most romantic thing he has ever done for you? Most romantic, sweetest show he's done for you? Post-marriage and pre-marriage. Tell me two.
Okay, so before marriage, our first date was the most memorable one. So he comes, picks me up from the house.
1 second, do you know what she wore on first date?
She was wearing sleeveless top and a shorts.
That's
Correct or wrong? Tell really.
yeah. Ask him the color.
Which color?
Camouflage shorts and ஆமா ஒரு மாதிரி
யாரோட போனோம் first date?
I know whose shorts was that?
இந்த மாதிரி கலர் ஷார்ட்ஸ்.
No, that's Goa shorts. Okay, shorts and a t-shirt is fine.
Correct.
So we go. I have no idea where he's staying. It's like we'll go dinner in Moonrakers. So he goes at around 8 o'clock then.
Quite a long drive. Beautiful drive.
Yeah. So suddenly he stops somewhere and he comes up with this like really pretty bunch of flowers. And the thing about John Vijay and flowers is so far he gives me a lot of flowers, and so far each and every bouquet that he's given me, he's only made it.
Fantastic. That makes a lot of sense to the India. Very good, very good, very good. You also clap, yeah? Okay, very good. So flowers are something that really is beautiful for you always through.
And he took me on this roller coaster ride in this deserted amusement park. And that roller coaster ride is only for two of us.
So the people say, get me the moon and come, get me this diamond and come. He actually opened an amusement park for you. He said, go have fun. And thank God he didn't let you alone. Of course, John Vijay and Mrs. John Vijay. How do you like to be called actually? Mrs. John Vijay or Madhavi?
I'm used to being called Madhavi. Probably you're the first person who's calling Mrs.
Oh yeah?
John Vijay.
You should like me extra special. Yeah? Okay, done. We spoke a bit about the surprises, how he's impressed you. Enna pannirukanga kalyanakku munadi. And adukapro, what is the thing? Has he changed, become a little more boring? But ninga solringa he's just the same, yeah? Still lots and lots of roses. Where do you get these roses from? In a discount offer, in your credit account? Where do you get these roses from?
The latest one which I made was I went to Thuthukudi. Me and my friend, he went to see a property somewhere in a place called Waterpidar.
Yeah.
So Waterpidarthukku போற வழியில இவங்க வந்து வீட்ல இருந்தாங்க. என்ன ஊருக்கு கூட்டி வந்துட்டு நீங்க பாட்டு கிளம்பி போயிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. எல்லாம் உனக்காக தான் பாப்பா அப்படின்னு. என்ன சரி என்னமோ உனக்காகன்றாரு. சீக்கிரம் வாங்க, I'm going shopping, please come there அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ இதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு 4 பேர் வேலை செய்யறாங்க. ஒரு டிரைவர், என் ஃப்ரெண்டு ஒருத்தன், அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த இடம் காட்ட போனான் பாருங்க ஒரு புரோக்கர். என்னங்க உனக்கு வந்து ஒரு பொக்கே செய்யணும் சார், இங்க காட்டுக்குள்ள பூ கிடைக்கும். கொஞ்சம் வண்டியில போயிட்டோம். இந்த இது இருக்குல்ல குதிரைக்கு போடுவாங்க, அது நிறைய வளைஞ்சிருந்துச்சு. ஸோ அதை போய் ஒரு 3 கட் பண்ணோம். ஸோ இட்ஸ் லாங் ஒன். தென் அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் தூரம் போனோம். போனா அங்க வந்து ஒரு பம்கின் தோட்டம் இருந்துச்சு. அதுல அந்த பூலாம் பூத்துருந்துச்சு. அதோட கிரீப்பர் ஒன்று கட் பண்ணியாச்சு. நிறைய மாலைலாம் செய்யறதுக்கு ஒரு பூ ஃபுல் தோட்டம், அந்த பூ தோட்டம் இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ அங்க போய் என்ன பண்ணணும், பேசிக்கலி உள்ள விட மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ ஒரு என்ன பண்ணாங்க, இந்த புரோக்கரை வந்து அந்த பக்கம் அவர்கிட்ட போய் அங்க அந்த ஒரு 3 பேர் நின்று இருந்தாங்க காவலுக்கு, அவங்கள்ட்ட போய் பேச சொல்லிட்டேன். ஸோ அவங்க அங்க பேசிட்டு இருக்க நேரத்துல நான் இந்த பக்கமா போய் மொத்தமா ஒரு 4 செடியை புடிங்கிட்டு ஓடி வந்தேன். இவன் புரோக்கர் நேர ஓடி கார்ல ஏறி கிளம்பிட்டோம்.
You made the entire thing.
Made a bouquet out of it and
shopping.
ஆமா, நேரா போய் ஷாப்பிங் அங்கேயே போய் கடையிலே வச்சு அப்படிலாம் கொடுத்து எல்லாரும் கடை
உனக்காக தான் போனேன்,
உனக்காக தான் பண்ணேன். கடையில இருக்காங்கலாம் கையெல்லாம் தட்டி அவங்க எல்லாம் எக்ஸைட் ஆகி
என்ன ஒரு ரொமான்டிக்கான
ஒரு சினிமால பார்த்த வில்லன் ஆச்சு. இவர் ஏன் கடைக்குள்ள நம்ம கடைக்கு வந்த ஒரு பொண்ணு கரெக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு பூ கொடுக்குறாரு. அப்புறம் அவங்க இல்ல இல்ல என் புருஷன் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாரு, பரவாயில்ல, இட்ஸ் ஓகே.
I tell you one thing, Madhavi, actually this is much more sweet and more special and more valuable than even all these diamonds and cars that actually a man likes to flaunt. You know, the one that he's done with all his effort, all his heart, and when he had nothing, he made something for you, which is of course very, very special. Yeah. You tell me, what have you done for him more special?
Oh, he should say that.
No, you tell me. Then we'll see if it's both the same.
She being with me itself is
That's all?
That's all, that is everything, ma.
Everything.
I've done romantic stuff for you.
Okay, I'll ask you one thing now. Before we get all this nice thing, tell me one gift. என்ன குடுத்தாங்க உங்களுக்கு? ஆனா உங்களுக்கு பிடிக்கல அது ஒரு gift.
இப்போ latest birthday கொடுத்தாங்க.
என்ன குடுத்தாங்க?
I like sunglasses.
Seri.
So she got sunglasses and one watch.
Okay. And then tell me what's the best thing she has given you? இப்போ வரைக்கும் ரொம்ப valuable-ஆ இருக்கு உங்களுக்கு. Whether it's a letter, whether it's a gift, என்ன most valuable-ஆ இருக்கு உங்களுக்கு?
நான் ஒரு லெட்டர் வச்சிருக்கேன்.
அவங்களே எழுதுன லெட்டர்.
அது வந்து நான் எப்போ ஷூட் பண்ணாலும் என்னோட அந்த மேக்கப் கிட்லயே இருக்கும்.
ஓஹோ, ஓகே.
அண்ட் நான் அதை வந்து சில டைம் எடுத்து பாட்டெல்லாம் பண்ணுவேன்.
Okay, and tell me what do you when you fight என்ன பண்ணுங்க actually? Do you actually go and make up? Fights last for very long and ஒரு நாள்ல நீங்க எப்படியோ இருந்தாலும் சரி.
I don't like to carry it,
drag it on
and feel bad about it and sad. Life is very short and you're with the best of yours and be happy. End of the day, whatever fights happen, we both believe that I am for her and she's for me. And that's true.
Super.
I promise her always, quite often I do this. I say, Madhavi, till I die, I'll be with you. And we have to be the most happiest couple. At any circumstances or any situation, I will not leave you and go. That assurance is there. But still the fight is there also there.
Yeah. So whenever he's fighting with you, you think he's wrong. Just think of these 3 lines he has told and forgive everything.
Please forgive everything.
No, I'll tell you one thing.
Even now we were fighting actually. She's so good. She doesn't want to let me down. Full smile and all. She's come for interview.
Okay, Sunday போட்டு வந்திருக்கீங்க.
வெளிய போறோம்னா அந்த குச்சிலாம் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கா. நோட்டீஸ் பண்ணே. எட் சம்மடி இருக்கு எனக்கு. அப்படியே மாதிரி. ஐயோ.
Okay, I think you must thank Peppers for sorting all your fights.
Thank you very much, Peppers. It was a great Valentine's Day. I'm looking forward to it. And I gave a lot of gifts yesterday also.
Okay, anyone across for the person that you love very much?
John Vijay, I love you a lot. And thank you, Amma and Appa, for letting me get married to the most wonderful person.
I'll tell you one thing. Thank you so much. John, was great to have you on the show. And Mrs. John Vijay was fantastic having you on the show. Avlo or fun irukku, avlo or energy indhu, and so much of love between both of you all. Let me tell you one more thing, Madhavi. Of course, neenga adu paakla because you were looking at the camera and me. Every time he looked at you with lots and lots of love. There was that love in his eyes, that spark in his eyes, which makes this love truly very, very special. Thank you so much, both of you all. On that note, boys and girls, what you can always do is log on to www.pepperstv.com, or from your mobile phones, log on to m.pepperstv.com. My name is Rajiv, and this is the lovely couple, John Vijay and Madhavi. Now you may hug. The show is over. Thank you. Goodbye.